Moist.
Grandma's bougie.
Moist.
Keep going.
Moist.
Moist.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the October Country Comics Podcast with Devon.
Will.
What were you? Were you gonna combine our names?
I was going to say your name. I was just going to say Steven.
Schmill?
I don't know why.
Steven
I thought
Will?
you said some will.
Some will.
Yeah.
Some maybe.
Some
I thought that's what you
half
were going
of
with.
will.
And who are you?
I already said Steven.
What have we got today
Wait,
on our
wait.
return?
No, the best part about this is you can actually go live on Saturday night.
Oh my
live
god.
it's Saturday
Oh
night.
my god, you missed your chance.
We didn't do it. We did do it last.
We did do
Saturday.
it. And it was actually live.
No, we did it because you mentioned it.
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the live one yet.
We got to go back and
Yeah, we have to
see.
do things.
Insert live video here.
You're all the worst.
All right.
I just want to point that out.
Oh
All right.
boy.
Obligatory soap opera reference? Nothing? Nothing
Not
yet?
yet, I'm
Not
working
yet?
up
You're
towards
working
it.
up to it?
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
What about you, Will? How have you been? Where have we been, guys? Where have we been for what's it been, like a month and a half?
I've been working on a few film projects, doing stuff like that. I was involved in a lightsaber video shoot that was going on in Florida, New York / Warwick. That was a lot of fun.
How was Jersey?
Oh, I didn't go.
Wait, what do you mean go?
Oh, I couldn't. I lost the keys to my car, so I had to get new keys today.
Where?
Hence why I said I didn't have a car.
When did you say you didn't have a car?
Last night when I texted you, I was like, I can't put the equipment in my car because I don't have my car
That would
because it was
explain
at the
why.
college.
I thought you meant you were you couldn't
No.
because you were taking Steven's car or something. Different Steven, not podcast Steven.
No, I was actually at I had lost my keys at the campus and I needed to go to Honda to get new
Ooh,
ones.
that was an arm and a leg, wasn't it?
It was about 200, and that was the fob key plus an extra one.
Oh, okay.
So
That's actually
it was
not bad. A
pretty
lot of
good.
places,
Yeah, it was
actually charge
pretty
you
good.
a lot of them actually charge you like $500 for one.
But yeah, no, the mechanic actually came up to the campus with us to pick up my car, and he gets out of the truck, not even 5 seconds after he gets out of the truck, he starts going, "Man, I hate this campus, all these libtards doing all their
I love a good libtard myself.
Love good libtards, man. Just the campus is full of them, and he was just going on
Goddamn
about.
libtards
It was the worst
everywhere.
But yeah, no. Other than the car situation, it's been all right. It's been an all right time. Good performing. I was in a New Paul show involving myself with that. Come to the theater productions, guys. They're pretty sweet. What have you been up to, Steven?
Well, I just got back from running away with an Armenian prince named Stavros.
Oh, do dish.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
I didn't know how far you would go with that gag.
I was actually just making a Schitt's Creek reference.
Oh,
And that is not a swear, it's the name of the town.
Okay.
lovely.
And I was going to
I told
go
you guys, my big thing is no F-bombs.
Oh.
No F-bombs. You can say damn and, but don't do it excessively.
Aw, darn crap.
You lit liquor!
Anyway.
I want that as a sound
working.
bite.
That's all
you
I've
have
been
to get
doing,
that as an
working.
effect, so you can just push the button and
You
just have
lit
someone
liquor.
say lit liquor. Yeah, it'd be
Lit
great.
liquor.
Lit
Lit.
Devin, what's been going on with you?
I've been here. Where have you guys
We've been around.
been? Yeah.
I've been
I just
currently
said.
negotiating contracts with other podcasts.
Oh, yeah?
And other.
You got that mug yet? Where's your mug, Steve?
That's true. Everyone found out I'm an audio engineer minor, and everyone's coming at me with their music projects, and I'm like, okay, hi guys.
You could be
What's
the
up?
next Dr. Dre.
Sure.
It's the first person I could think of.
I mean, hey, he's pretty successful.
He is.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, no, I've just been here, Steven. I've been,
Living the dream.
flipping comic books and living the dream. Inviting guests to the store. By the way, we have a autograph signing here December 21st from 5 to 7.
Boom.
Vita Ayala is going to be writing the new Livewire comic for Valiant Comics.
Wow.
Thank you, Mickey. Our special guest today is also Mickey Mouse.
Yo, he turned
70.
70 this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this year
That's
was a big
it?
birthday
Yeah,
for
I
him.
didn't realize that he was old, or that he was younger than Superman
Wow.
and Batman and Wonder Woman. And
70, really?
70, that's it. He looks
That's
pretty
it.
good for his age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna do like one of those things. You know how like they always do those things like what the characters would actually look like if they actually aged their age.
Like what they did with Diana.
They'd be
Yeah.
dead, most of them.
Well, Mickey would be 70. I mean, he wouldn't be dead necessarily.
How long does a mouse normally? We are getting way off topic already, and
New
it's only,
releases
yeah.
for the week.
Is that the
New
song? Are we
releases,
going
new-
like full on the soup?
New releases for the week.
It kind of reminded me of that
the
SpongeBob
soup, yeah.
gag when they were doing the "Welcome to our club, welcome to our club, welcome Squidward, welcome Squidward, welcome Squidward, welcome Squidward."
I've never
Okay,
watched SpongeBob.
that went on for way too long.
too much of a generation gap here.
No,
No,
what are
I
you
never
talking
liked
about?
SpongeBob.
Oh no!
I never found it comical.
Oh,
I thought it was really stupid.
I'm
I
sorry.
enjoyed the first couple seasons of SpongeBob.
I'm sorry for both of you.
First big one up is the Avengers number 10 / issue 700 anniversary special.
God, I love a good slash. Okay, so Avengers 700.
Avengers 700.
We did it, boys. We did it, Reddit. Here we go.
Yeah, so it's I believe it's the first. It's the
Namor
first.
story, isn't it?
No, but this is the first dual numbered Marvel book to hit an anniversary issue. Right?
Convenient.
I think not. Well, that's probably why they renumbered Amazing Spider-Man at issue 802 instead of 800. Yeah, man. No, it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, it's Jason Aaron still. It's Ed McGuinness. I mean, the book's been fantastic. Will's been reading it.
I have. It is a wonderful book. I do enjoy it. I like the nice lineup they have. You know me, if you listen to the podcast, I'm all about my good team lineups. I love team books.
How's that Justice League these days?
It's also it sucks because it has like the best
Why?
lineup ever.
Why?
And he's just such a bad writer. I'm not gonna go into it. I just thought I'd indulge him for just a little
Can we
bit.
just
Just a little
rename
bit.
the podcast "Boys Who Hate Scott Snyder"?
Anyway, so Will, how are you liking the Ghost Rider in the new Avengers story?
I think he's all right. I think I don't have a lot of experience with him prior. I know you're not a huge fan.
No, not with Robbie Reyes. No.
I enjoy Robbie. You didn't like him, honestly. You didn't even remotely like him a little bit after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I liked him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because he was a completely different character than the comic book version.
Well, I felt like he was a little older. He was a
Aside,
little bit more wiser.
no, it was just he's a completely different character on the show than in the comics. It's a completely different
sorry.
backstory.
Yeah.
So-
That's kind of he's all right. He's not my favorite character in the book. There's some weird stuff in that book.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the biggest weird thing with it is all the shit,
Oh,
all the stuff with
Ooh.
with She-Hulk.
Just everybody said shit so far.
I don't
Yeah.
think I have not said shit.
I like this.
Now I did.
No, but I haven't really been digging a lot of the She-Hulk stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they made her dumb.
Well, that's because they wanted Hulk, and they can't get Hulk because Captain Marvel would then be the only female on the team.
Mm.
So you can't, you gotta have at least more than one, which I kind of get. That's, I'd want a little bit.
Oh, hold on. You're like Will Smith from that scene in Men in Black right now, where he's dragging the table across the floor.
Didn't he get the job because of that scene? Come on.
No, he didn't get the job because of that scene.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. Okay. Anyway. So no, Avengers 700 is coming out this Wednesday. It's gonna be really cool. Gonna be fun and exciting. See where they go with it. Big anniversary issue. They're probably gonna conclude the Namor story.
I also really love the costume they have for Namor.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got
It's cool, and I think it's a fun male risque costume. He has
Indeed.
side fishnets on his hips.
Are they supposed to be planning anything special for this issue 700?
I think it's the issue 700 is going to it's going to set up all the stuff with the new series coming out for Invaders and for the Defenders, the new Defenders series coming out. I think it's going to be the precursor for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be. I'm actually really excited for both of those series to come out. You got the original Defenders coming back with Doctor Strange, Silver Surfer, Hulk, and Namor are going to be back together as a team.
Okay.
And then you have the Invaders, which is, Cap is reuniting the team to go after Namor, who was part of the original Invaders as well. So I think that's what this issue is going to lead into.
We shall see.
So
I'm also just happy that Namor's like doing things again.
yeah, well, it's a lot easier to do things when you're not dead.
Well, it's not even that. Like, as much as I love me some X-Men Red, he's just there.
Yeah,
He's just there. Only...
I actually forgot he was on that team.
Hey, thank you. Like, I don't know. He exists. He's there. And
So,
I love Namor.
yeah. Next up, we got the Black Order #1 is coming out this week. The
Black
Why has it gotta be?
Order.
Yeah.
We straight up Resident Evil titled that one.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil 12.
No, don't you remember whenever the title card would play, they'd be like Resident Evil, like a long pause for no reason at all. And they never said the number either. They just always just said Resident Evil. Like,
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, no.
no.
4.
But yeah, no. Black Order's coming out. That's gonna be that's gonna focus on Thanos' group of generals who first appeared back in the Jonathan Hickman story Infinity. So it's gonna be, and I guess from what the solicits are saying, they're gonna be more of a like an anti-hero kind of group. Like they're not like it's weird. They're gonna try and make them more like anti-heroes rather than villains.
Weird.
So I don't know if I'm on board with that.
I do love me some Phil Tan, though.
Yeah.
He is the artist.
Yeah.
I do frequently enjoy me some Phil Tan artwork, so...
Yeah, Philip Tan's pretty good.
Yeah, I do. I really enjoy him.
Yeah. So, I mean, have you, aside from the stuff that was in Infinity War, Will, have you seen any? Have you ever read anything with the Black Order in it?
I have not. I am very inexperienced with the comic book versions of the Black Order. So we shall see. Oh, my mic's pretty quiet.
Oh, no.
We shall definitely see what's up with that. What's up with the Black Order?
Yeah. So yeah, everyone, that's gonna be like a nice little jumping on point and introduction for people to check out who these characters are, what they're about, where they are without a Thanos. Spoilers for everyone out there. Thanos is not currently a player in the Marvel Comics universe.
Who killed him? Are we allowed to talk about that yet?
I feel
like we can. Yeah.
It was Peter Quill.
What a twist.
Dressed up as Gamora.
Ah.
But it was really just Gamora.
She's evil now.
Ish.
Kind of.
Have they given her a reason why she does what she does now?
She's had a really screwed up past, man.
Oh, she finally snapped.
Yeah, no, she's
Probably.
I don't know. She's like trying to heal the universe.
Oh, how many people have tried
Aren't
that
all
already?
the villains? Yeah, they're all trying to.
Not for
heal
nothing.
the
Isn't that
universe.
like where Fantastic Four was too? They were healing the multiverse, or whatever.
Yeah, but
the
they were
hell
actually
DC calls it.
creating worlds
Oh.
and universes. They were fixing.
seeking out new life
And
and
new-
new civilizations?
No.
Boldly going
go
where
and
no one
man
has gone before.
No, you stick with man.
Nah, they've done no one more often, so I
Have
kind of
I?
go with that one. Like it's
In Voyager, what is it?
they don't
Does
have one
she
for
s-
Voyager.
That's right. She doesn't say it.
Only the Next Generation and the original had it, but at the end of Enterprise they did it, where it was a mashup of original series, Next Generation, and Enterprise. All three captains
That's
said it,
fun.
but they typically use no one. They did in the movies too, like the old movies. They said no one. Anyway,
Interesting.
fun fact of the
Yeah.
day.
So next up on the new releases for this week, you're gonna have the part 3 of the death of Daredevil. Daredevil 611 is coming out.
He's still dying.
Yeah.
Still going.
So yeah, I mean we haven't been around for a while, so we haven't really had a chance to talk about it.
The last time we talked about it, you were like, "I bet he's gonna die," because we didn't know. It was just the teaser poster, so you were like, "He's totally gonna die."
Well, no, it wasn't him. It was Karen. That was the last time we did a podcast.
Yeah, but it
because
was him and Karen.
Yeah,
It was
him
thing.
and
So
Karen.
you were like,
Yeah.
"He's gonna go to heaven and see Karen," or Karen's coming back.
He's not gonna go to heaven.
Really, Matt
Isn't
Murdock,
he,
the
like,
devout
super religious?
Catholic?
Hasn't
Like,
he
Yeah.
killed people before?
no,
Not on purpose.
Matt doesn't.
I
Daredevil,
thought he
like-
killed people in Shadowland when he was all possessed.
he was possessed by the demon of the hand.
Okay,
I feel
and that's
like-
no excuse.
I
His
feel
religion
like
should have seen him through it.
If there's a god in the Marvel world, he'd be like, "Okay, I'll let it slide."
I will say Phil Noto, right?
Yes.
God damn, that man's artwork is just amazing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've loved this man's artwork really since Black Widow, but the way he drew Elektra and Matt,
Oh yeah.
like it's just like not being a pervert, but it's just pretty.
I don't
It's
know how
just-
any part of that sentence was perverted aside from the fact that you like.
If you read the issue, they were doing it,
well, yeah, I understand.
like the first 7 pages.
But no, the death of Daredevil is going to be something that's it's going to be interesting to see where they go with it and what they do with it. So,
Yeah, we shall see.
but yeah, the death of Daredevil stuff though, given the given all the stuff that's going on with the shows and everything else, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it and where they go, considering Daredevil right now is actually a big character for Marvel.
So I just need a little clarification when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Knights,
Yeah.
is that just like not a what if, but like an alternate storyline?
No,
Like,
I'm pretty sure it takes place in continuity.
so is this before Matt
I would imagine
fights
so.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's just what I'm a little confused about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a story that technically takes place, before that.
Okay. Which also, if anyone hasn't picked up Marvel Knights, just goddamn do it.
So next up on the list is Uncanny X-Men #1. So that's gonna be that's a huge release. That's the
Yeah.
the official return of the flagship X-Men
Thank
book.
The
God.
return.
Yeah. So,
It's about time.
the
Yeah, definitely. It is about time.
No, it really is. I will say only two. I only two, maybe three, borderline three. I felt of the X-Men Black books
yeah.
actually answered the question what the villains have been up to these days.
Okay.
The Emma Frost one, certainly that is going to be a huge.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Plot.
all the Emma Frost stuff, that was insane.
That was such a great.
That was, I mean,
I
the
had one complaint.
first off, the fact that issue wasn't written by Claremont.
Was shocking.
Yeah. That character should have been written by Claremont.
Yeah.
Not.
The Magneto one was sweet though. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, but that was the thing. The Magneto one kind of made me go, it being the first one, I was kind of like,
he
aren't
brought
we?
Asteroid M back.
Yeah, but it doesn't really establish him back as a villain.
No, but I don't think it was supposed to establish the villains. I think it was supposed to show you what they've been up to.
Yeah,
That
I know,
is then
but
going to be brought back in.
well, they originally kind of said that this series was going to be a reestablishing
Yeah.
of the X-Men villains as villains, and I kind of felt like that
I don't
Magneto
know.
one. It seemed like he was like he was traveling from town to town trying to set right what once went wrong.
I'm actually going to say I get where you're coming from, but it has been a long time since I enjoyed a Claremont book that much. Because his little thing he did for Kitty and Colossus, I was like, oh my god, this poor man is like, he's losing his mind. And it was upsetting. Like, I wanted to be like, oh, he has Alzheimer's. No.
He has dementia.
But, like,
Um,
he made up for it for me with the Magneto Black book.
yeah.
The Emma Frost one was by far the strongest one.
Who wrote the Emma Frost one?
I don't remember. Off the
Okay,
top
don't
of
worry
my
about
head.
it.
But my only, are we allowed to talk about spoilers for that or no? Is that too new?
Too new.
Yeah, too new.
Really?
I haven't read it.
You're not gonna read it.
He is reading it. He got all the
No,
X-Men
I got
back.
him. I got them all.
He just hasn't had a chance to read
Well,
them yet.
then get out of the room.
No, some big stuff happens with Emma Frost. Some like real significant, like right back to the Hellfire Club kind of significant stuff.
Ah.
The only thing that I'm not about is, and I'm going to say it, is the change of costume, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense considering
It
her
makes
title.
sense, but you could have easily have done something else.
No,
Yes, you could have.
not with the hierarchy of what she's doing.
Okay, never mind. Okay, because we're apparently not allowed to scream. Oh, Lee Williams, who is doing something else. Leah Williams. And I can't think of what else she's doing.
Okay, well, so yeah, no, I mean, we got the flagship Uncanny X-Men book. It's gonna be 10 issues weekly starting this Wednesday. I mean, the books. It seems like it has a good. It's got a bunch of good creators on it.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure where where it's gonna go from there. I mean, we already know that it's leading into the Age of X-Man, which is the big.
A little scary.
X-Man.
Yeah,
And I love Nate. I do. Nate Gray's my boy.
Yeah, I just don't know if Nate Gray really has the importance that
That
they're
he once
trying
had.
I mean, he never really had a lot of importance aside from the fact that he was from Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, I've never heard of him.
I love Nate Gray.
Yeah, he's an alternate universe. He's the Age of Apocalypse version of Cable, and he's one of the very.
the technovirus.
Oh, right. Is he the young one that came back in
No.
Extinction? Okay.
No, that's just young
That is
Cable.
just young Cable.
Oh.
Which they actually explained in the last issue.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they explain it. And I'm like, all right, I guess that works.
It's Cable. It's always some convoluted nonsense. He's Scott and Jean's son, but
it's
from
Madeline.
What?
Madeline. It's Maddie's son.
He's always been Maddie's son.
Yeah, you said Scott and Jean. It's
Oh,
Maddie's
whatever.
It's basically the same thing.
It's basically the same thing.
Son. I don't know.
Madeline was a clone.
Jean never tried to kill her children. She just plays favorites.
Yes, but genetically it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. So yeah, I mean, are you excited, Will? I mean, I know you've been waiting for a really good X-Men team book to jump onto.
I have. I'm a very big fan of the X-Men way back in the day, so I'm looking forward to see what this brings us. This new, we're gonna see it disassembled. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I saw X-Men Disassembled and I was like, I'm really disappointed in the name, guys.
We've already been disassembled for
We've
how many
already,
years?
and I thought Disassembled. It probably was at first was intended to be a pun on assembled, but like a fun they're being disassembled because they're all.
Well, no,
dying.
it's a callback to the Avengers Disassembled story arc.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm
thought.
talking about the
Oh.
Avengers Disassembled. Like Avengers Disassembled was like they're being disassembled now.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
such a great
And
story.
then X-Men Disassembled, I was like, oh, you just carried it.
Well, I mean,
No,
the
no.
other thing too is and that's
Everybody's gonna die.
well, that's the big thing with
Jean's gonna go
with
crazy
it being
and kill
called
everyone.
X-Men Disassembled
I can
because
see them doing that.
we have a lot of things with it being called that. It's a lot of weight to it, and I mean, back when Bendis actually was really good at writing concise stories, he
Fair enough.
the entire Avengers Assembled arc was 4 issues long. It was his first arc of Avengers. It was 4 issues, and it completely restructured the entirety of that corner of the Marvel universe.
God, it was brilliant too.
And it was done in 4 issues. This is a 10-issue weekly. So if this thing if this is less than astounding, I mean,
don't know. I have utmost faith in this entire team.
Oh, I do too, but I feel like they're all good writers and they all write well, and there's none of their stories I have disliked. It's just you really have to be bringing me the X-Men story that people are going to be talking about for the next 20 years.
Bring the sauce.
For this to be what you're expecting it to be.
Raw sauce.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping it's going to be a huge book. I'm hoping it's going to be a great story, and I hope that when it actually resolves, it doesn't lose its momentum.
Well, who's taking over after the 10-week?
They haven't said yet.
I'm sure it's gonna be my husband.
You ready? Momentum. Momentum. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Momentum. I turned the effect on again.
Nice.
All right,
I'm uncomfortable.
Well,
yeah, because to you guys it sounds completely normal, but trust me, to me it sounds really cool.
I will take your word.
Trust me, guys.
We'll have to take your word for it, Will. Right now, you're like that. You're like that guy who's trying to tell me he's fighting dragons in a dungeon, and I'm just like, no, you're not. You're sitting there with a piece of paper and a pencil, and you're just yelling random crap.
You go climb Mount Kafuki and go
Kafuki,
slay
that
the
was
Horde
your-
Beast.
That was your
Kafuki.
Kafuki.
Anyway, but yeah, no. So the
X-Men, let's go.
yeah, I mean, what are you looking for out of this, Steve? What do you want this to be? I
I want to know, number one, who the leader is.
think it's Jean.
I have to lean towards Jean.
It's either Jean or Bishop, but I'm gonna probably go with
I
Jean.
can't imagine it would be Bishop.
From what it looks like, I mean, Bishop's in the front of the poster that I'm looking at right now, so it looks like he'll lead the team, but he'll probably die.
Yeah, Bishop's normally. I mean, I'm kind of super, I was a little butthurt about Psylocke switching bodies. But I don't know why, but I really like that costume.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know,
I
and
mean,
I love the Asian chick. I can't think of her name.
What?
Kawani?
Who are you talking about?
The back in the 90s with the Psylocke story where they switched bodies.
Oh, okay.
What was her name? Kawani?
I don't remember.
Anyway, she's back to kicking on this Green Earth, so I'm
Alright.
super excited to see her again because I thought that was a fun, although super messy, convoluted story. And I like Storm's costume too. It's definitely
like
their
the-
best costumes.
Wait, does she still have the mohawk?
No, her
Thank
hair grows
God.
really fast. What do you? You don't like the mohawk?
I just don't.
We can't be friends.
I'm just not. I'm
Love the mohawk. Love all you haters out
just
there.
not a huge fan of it. I don't hate it. I can live with it if I'm reading a book and she has a mohawk, or if I watch a cartoon and they decide to design her with one.
So yeah, so hopefully Uncanny X-Men's gonna bring it's gonna bring the boom on this relaunch of an X-Men franchise.
One can hope.
They're gonna clap it up.
Clap it up.
Get out.
Thank you, Will. Let's clap.
Are you
it up.
referencing the end of Justice League
Hell
War?
yeah!
Oh yeah, I love that movie so much.
So bad.
Let's clap it up. I actually genuinely enjoy it.
I
genuinely.
It's okay. I mean,
I genuinely think it's a good movie.
I like a lot of movies.
Green
that are
Lantern
trash.
calls Batman a phenomenal douchebag, and I don't know why, but I love it a lot. I just really do. It's such a good movie for no reason.
So anyway, next up we got a new title this week from DC. Electric Warriors #1.
That's the one we said was stupid, right?
Yes.
I said the concept actually seemed pretty cool. It's being set in the future that was actually created by Jack Kirby with characters called the Electric Warriors, who I guess are 90s characters.
I think that was the podcast with Kyle where he
That
showed
was.
us that really dumb costume.
Yeah, Kyle was like, I don't
Electric
know how.
Company.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Like,
Because Kyle actually knew who the Electric Warriors
Yes,
were. and
'cause,
he's
well,
like, this
yeah.
is not a good
He's like,
idea.
this is a bad idea. Well, I think that's why they're changing up where they're from and what their story is going to be. Because I feel like those, maybe they like, hey, these characters might actually work set in this time period, rather than trying to be like super extreme. Like they're definitely characters when you look at them. They're from that era of '90s where everything had to be extreme.
Everyone
Oh,
had
yeah.
body armor
Yes,
and a cock piece.
body armor. Remember they had the extreme GI Joes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
And like it wasn't just like they were all just extreme versions, of the GI Joes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they weren't the GI Joe characters. They were just new
No.
characters who were extreme versions.
Yeah.
It was frightening.
I'm also
The Negachin!
I'm also going to say, however, there was a lot about that extreme time period that I loved. I love the Azrael costume.
It's the Psycho Rangers.
Wait,
I-
hold on a second. when you said the Azrael costume, to what degree? Where did you have the cutoff for where his costume got too ridiculous?
My favorite costume is the one when he takes over as Batman. I think their costume's awesome.
So are you talking about just the regular Bat costume
Yeah.
with the gloves, or are you talking about his actual full blue?
Oh, his full metal costume.
his blue and gold.
Yep.
one?
Love that costume.
Devon, for those of us who completely forgot what Kyle talked about last time when he was on the show all those episodes ago, you
Rewatch
can
it.
go check it out. What is this book about?
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it's set in the future.
The book takes place in a dystopian future that was originally created by Jack Kirby when he was writing a lot of his Fourth World stuff.
Who's Jack Kirby?
And it takes place after something called I believe it's called the Great Cataclysm.
Ooh.
So
That sounds
I don't
hot.
really they have, aside from that and the
Sexy.
fact that the Electric Warriors are now the characters that are dealing with whatever happened. I don't know much else about it aside as being written by Steve Orlando.
I'm achieving the great cataclysm.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I waited so long
My-
to say that after you said
have
that.
you though?
Yes. It felt like an eternity. However, it sounds like an interesting book. If that titillates you, please come to the store and buy it. The Great Cataclysm.
I hate you.
That's
hate
my
you.
contribution to the conversation about this book. That's all I'm going to say.
I hate
Because
you.
I'm
I loathe you.
completely unfamiliar with these characters.
No, I'm not familiar with them either, but the concept sounds interesting, and the writer is adequate at best.
Okay.
I'm not a
his
big
moments.
I'm not a big Steve Orlando guy. I mean,
Oh, that's the guy that wrote Justice League of America, right?
yes.
Which
oh,
was not
that
terrible.
book
in
was
the
horrible.
beginning. Not in the beginning.
Not entirely in the beginning.
After they rescued the Atom is when it started getting real weird.
Yeah, actually, it was actually really good at that point.
That
Yeah.
Midnight book was also really good.
Which book?
Both. I'm sorry, Midnighter and Midnighter and Apollo.
Oh, I didn't read that. But
No.
yeah, it was kind of after they, like,
And
Killer Frost got Vixen killed, and they were like, "Man, it's fine." I mean,
And
she
I w-
came back, but
And I wasn't a big fan of his Supergirl either.
I loved his Supergirl.
The art was better than the writing.
I loved his Supergirl.
So,
So these are my feelings.
okay.
but so yeah,
Very torn room here.
I think Will's indifferent.
Will's tone is very pointed.
I mean, my only experience with him, it was a pretty averagely
Garbo.
book.
Didn't you also read Night of the Monster Men?
Yes,
I enjoyed
That was
for
also
what it
very
was.
mediocre.
that was him.
Yeah.
That was meh.
Yeah,
it was entertaining.
it was boring and disjointed.
I was entertained.
The only thing I remember about that is them having to evacuate the city because people were turning into monsters, and then Nightwing turns into a monster.
Didn't
and
Nightwing
then-
turn into a bat creature?
Oh my God! That was the one where the comic opens up with Hugo Strange naked lifting weights.
Yes.
Yes.
That was so
It
weird.
was a strange.
That's also like a late '80s, early '90s thing. They always had Hugo Strange like half
Lifting
naked, just doing stuff.
Tyler sent me photos of that book before I read it.
I felt like this was going a
Of
completely
the
different.
lo-
I
of
felt
the
like he was gonna
weightlifting
say
scene.
like Tyler sent me a photo of him cosplaying Hugo Strange lifting weights
weights.
naked.
Imagine someone going to the con like that.
That-
Nah, trust me, it's like a cosplay. Read Night of the Monster Men, you'll get
That'd
it.
be amazing.
So yeah, Electric Warriors, Steve
The
Orlando.
Electric Company.
Good luck.
Good morning.
I feel like we're not
America.
doing good jobs of promoting books that I'm actually trying to sell at the store.
We're giving honest opinions.
We are.
You're selling them. Steve and I are not.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess maybe like there's like because I know people who are like they're like that's my favorite writer or my favorite artist. How dare you? I'm buying the book.
Wait,
now.
has someone actually come in and said that?
That incites
Who defended
discussion in
Scott
the
Snyder?
comments. No one did.
Will every time he buys Justice League.
That's fair.
I have to get it.
You don't have to. You're just willingly supporting that
It's,
monster
I have to
and
see
everything he does.
It
The
sucks,
Electric
but it's
Company.
like my book. Like whether it sucks or not, it's like Steven has to go see Transformers. It's gonna suck, but he really likes Transformers, so he goes to see it anyway. This is my Transformers.
Actually, the Bumblebee movie might actually be good.
It's the
No, it
same.
won't.
It's the same thing.
Anyway, so another a really huge release this week is the release of Bloodshot Rising Spirit
I
number
was
1.
wondering if you were gonna go here soon.
Anyway, so Bloodshot Rising Spirit number 1 comes out this week. It's gonna be awesome. It's
Does it have anything to do with the upcoming film?
It does actually. What's going on is that the Bloodshot Rising Spirit book is actually the definitive origin story of Ray Garrison, who is Bloodshot.
Oh.
So I believe it's an 8-issue run, and they're gonna be doing a definitive origin and also creating a definitive arch nemesis character for Bloodshot.
Are they revamping Rampage? I swear that was not meant to happen.
What?
I said, are they revamping Rampage?
They already did.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I'm excited. The writers and artists on it are
Love
just
the artists.
fantastic.
Absolutely adore them.
And actually, I believe it's Zach Thompson and I forgot who the other writer's name is. Nadler. They're both.
Nadler.
Yeah,
an
they
awesome
they
name.
were both writing
Cable.
for a while. So that's gonna be an interesting team.
Zach Thompson and Lonnie Nadler. Lonnie. I'm
Lonnie
sorry.
Nadler. There we go.
I was reading it in a slang.
So yeah, no, it's gonna be really cool. I really recommend everyone check it out. We are gonna have
An army of them.
an army of them. Yes,
Literally a bloodshot army, all for you. The viewer, the reader.
Come into the
It's all for you.
So Bloodshot Rising Spirit number 1 comes out this week. It's gonna be really awesome.
Go on.
Will, you should definitely read it because you're usually a big like, hey, I want to know what the deal with this character is kind of guy.
Of course.
Wait, you weren't reading any of it before?
No.
No, it was already too far in for him to just jump into Bloodshot.
And you
But now I can.
Hold on.
Yes.
No. You being the drug pusher that you are, you didn't find
With books,
you didn't-
clarifying with books.
Yeah, with books. You really didn't like. Do you
He
not
jumped-
think highly of Will?
What are you talking about? I got him to read Quantum and Woody and Shadow Man.
That's true.
2 jumping on points in the Valiant universe. He just started reading comics.
True.
A Valiant, at least.
No, but you kind of started. You have only really
Yeah.
been into getting into like real like
Like
collecting comics.
regularly reading
Yeah,
them for
but-
like the past 2 years.
You gave me Bloodshot to read.
Yeah, I also gave you my trades that I had left over after I got the hardcover.
None of the original.
Yeah.
Not of the original one. You bought me. I bought the first copy of that, but then when you were giving me the first Harbinger War stuff, where you were being lovely and getting me all that, you went back and bought me all the Bloodshot.
You lovely, lovely boy.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, Will has a busy schedule right now. Eventually,
yeah,
when
because when what's his face redid when Lemire did it, I bought it. 'Cause
yeah,
that was one of the things I had him sign when we went to Baltimore.
yes.
It was that my first copy of Bloodshot
Okay.
because you still had them.
So.
You're a bad friend to
I
Will.
oh my God.
To Will. Although now we know what to get Will. Because I'm sorry, I loved Will's Lemire run.
You loved Will's Lemire
Will's
run?
Lemire
That's,
run.
That's
kinda
really
weird.
that's
Yeah,
You
Lemire's
need Lemire's
Bloodshot.
Bloodshot run.
Yes.
There we go.
Tired.
There we go.
I've been
My
up since
birthday's coming up.
6. Oh, that's right. You're gonna be 4.
I thought the joke was that I was 4,
Whatever.
and I'm going to be 5.
I don't pay attention to minors, okay?
Well,
Little-
I mean, did you?
Little babes. You remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe with
Oh
the
come
I'm
on, he's
a
not
big
that
kid
young.
now.
It's not like he just got done teething or something. Actually, something Will is actually gonna be really excited about.
Is
Yes,
it,
please.
Yeah,
Yes, Will.
Firefly number 1 comes out this week too.
Oh.
Yeah, it's continuing the. So Firefly number 1 is coming out this week. Will, what do you think? You excited?
Yeah. I
Is
love
it a
Firefly.
relaunch?
No, it's
I love me some
it's
Firefly.
it's a continuation.
So it's not like Buffy.
No, Buffy's getting a hard reboot.
Weird. I'm not
Hard
about it.
reboot.
They're gonna
Are
make
you talking
Xander
about the
gay and
show?
Willow straight. I'm telling you. Whedon originally wanted to make Xander gay, but he didn't think that the audience would be receptive.
That's weird.
Originally, Xander was supposed to be gay. Whedon knew he wanted a gay character. And it was either going to be Willow or Xander. And he chose Willow because he felt the audience would have been more receptive to a lesbian than a gay man. And originally, Oz was going to stick around. Yep. The more you know.
Thank God he didn't, because he got Family Guy and Robot Chicken.
And we got Dark Willow. Love Dark Willow.
Yeah, Family Guy and Robot Chicken is a little more important. But anyway, Firefly.
I mean,
just for everyone.
They're still around.
Just for everyone.
Bored now. Bored now. What'd you say?
He goes, they're still around.
Not for long.
I don't know. We're going on 20 seasons of Family Guy right now.
Give it time.
I heard they were getting canceled again. So
at that point,
really
I honestly
serious.
think Cartoon Network would just pay the money.
So Firefly #1's coming out.
Loved you.
It's going to be continuing the story from actually the Dark Horse comics that they were doing for a while, which continued the show originally.
Okay.
So that's going to be an interesting to see where all that goes.
Yeah. I
Hello.
want to get a Firefly. What if Wash didn't die?
That'd be cool. I mean,
don't know what that
we
is, so.
Wash is the pilot.
so
Alan Tudyk's character.
I love him.
Yeah, he died in the movie.
Oh, well, now I don't want to watch this piece of garbage.
He was my favorite character too. I was so mad.
I love him.
I was so angry.
That man is
and
so
he
pretty.
Whedon was just like, yeah, I just killed him for shock value. Like,
Of course he
He
did.
wasn't supposed to die. Like, he would have lived had the show gone on.
yeah, and that's
And I was like, I hate you. I hate you, Whedon.
well, that's why he's been so mad at Marvel for the last couple of years
Wow.
because Whedon killed Coulson. He was like, oh yeah, I killed Coulson because I had to have like a plot device to bring the Avengers together.
And they were like, no.
And they're like, people actually really like this character. We're gonna bring him back. And he's like, oh, I mean, I guess I don't agree with it. When I do Avengers 2, I don't think Coulson's alive, but he is.
They should know by now.
That's actually the thing that any poll that I've been reading lately, what Marvel fans want.
It's for
They
the
just
Avengers.
want them to know that Coulson's alive.
I do. I want them to know.
Like, I thought it was fun when it first happened, but now like you're just what is the point?
Yeah, everyone should know at
Like
this
it
point.
had a point.
He's
before.
been screwing around for years now.
Yeah, it had a
Yeah,
point.
but how often have any? Well, I guess it's kind of silly. Cap doesn't know.
Yeah.
Because during the whole Winter Soldier thing, he was working with Shield.
Yeah.
They should have known.
Anyway,
So the last up on the list of books is the William Gibson Aliens 3.
I thought it was Brian Wood was writing that.
Brian Wilson.
No, well, it may, unless he's adapting it, but it's from William Gibson's original Alien 3 script, which was
Oh.
it's a complete.
I was thinking of something else that was in
Okay.
previews.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's a complete retelling of the Aliens 3 movie. So it's gonna completely
Not
change.
be garbage.
Well, there's that too. It's gonna
Yeah.
completely change how everything turns out for all the characters.
Hicks is
Is Newt
alive.
alive?
Hicks is alive.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know he's
do love
alive in the
yourself some
actual
Newt.
canon, right? He
What the
lived?
hell is the actual canon now?
There's no, it's still the movies. But
Oh.
what had happened? What
What
happened was, in the PS2 game, you meet Hicks,
Oh.
and what had happened? What
What
happened was
happened?
is that people broke into the ship that Ripley and Hicks and the little girl were on,
Yeah.
and there was like a fight with the military because the military showed up and they were trying to cover it up, Wayland, and they fought.
The
And when
Wayland
they
Corps.
tussled, they opened up Hicks's thing, and Hicks jumped out. Or I think it was beforehand. They freed Hicks, and they were fighting. And when they were fighting the military guys, one of them punched another guy onto Hicks's pad, and it sealed him in. And they immediately, like, the fight started the fire that made them all take the escape pods out. So they were getting ready to go, and Hicks's buddy gets sealed in, and they fly out on the escape pod. So it was Hicks's buddy, not Hicks.
Bishop,
So Hicks
Oh,
lived.
okay.
Bishop
and
the
then-
android from Alien?
Oh yeah, Bishop. They find a new Bishop, and
course
they
they do.
chill with him.
There's always a new bishop.
There's always
There's
a new
always
bishop.
a new bishop.
But Bishop's the best character. That's another death I was really mad at. Bishop's my favorite character. I love that man. Just that. What's his name?
Wait,
in real life?
did he die in the second one?
He died in the third one.
Yeah, but that was a different bishop.
No,
Who can keep
that was the same one
track?
from 2.
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't, because
the
it
third
was
one's the same one from 2.
no. The one in the 1 and 3 was another bishop that came there
I have to
to
rewatch that
get
garbage movie.
Ripley because they knew Ripley had the alien inside her.
No, yeah. However, that also was that ever confirmed that he was because she hits him and he bleeds like regular.
Yeah, that's
blood.
not an android.
Oh, that's not
That's
yes,
Wayland.
that's definitely not Bishop from the second movie because Bishop from the second movie was an android.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
dies.
but he dies in the third one because
He dies
Ripley
in the
goes to the
crash.
wreckage and uncovers him and plugs
Yeah.
him in, and he's like, "There was a
Oh,
fire."
okay, all right,
And then he's like, "Kill me," and
Yeah.
she's like, "Okay."
Melting.
Yeah, he literally goes, "Please kill me," and she's like, "Okay."
Because I don't
And
want
I
to
was
be in
like,
this garbage
no.
movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And the girl, why
Oh.
did they? I mean, what?
Yeah, but you know what? No. That was a time period, especially in horror genre, where we brought a little girl in for shock value and then killed her.
No,
yeah, but
because
that you can't retcon. Like she literally looked at they showed you she was looking at the girl's body, but you never saw Hicks's body other
Yeah.
than when they throw it into the incinerator. But that's when it's wrapped up,
Which
so you
one's
never
Hicks?
see Hicks's body. That's how they got
Yeah.
around it
well, the other thing too is that
because
I mean,
Hicks's
you-
body was too
This is why I
mangled.
Googled.
well, the original plan for Aliens 3 and 4 because they were supposed to get filmed back to back was that it was gonna time jump and Hicks was gonna be training new colonial marines to fight the xenomorphs, and the whole third movie was supposed to be all about Hicks and his team, and then they were supposed to call in Ripley at the end.
Game over, man.
And then
Game
the
over.
fourth movie was
Love
supposed to
that
be
man.
Hicks, Ripley, and Newt fighting the xenomorphs together.
Two's my favorite. Aliens.
Oh,
my
2 is the
favorite.
best. I mean,
Okay.
one is obviously for other reasons a great movie, but
I mean, it pioneered
It's bad.
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
franchise and things, but two's still my favorite.
yeah. So I mean, but this new one, this adaptation of one of the original screenplays that they were going to use, I'm really interested to see how it goes because it's supposed to be like obviously leagues better than what we actually got, which was basically a movie that they shot with like no script.
They were
With
supposed to
Sigourney
make
Weaver.
a new Alien movie a while back.
Yeah.
They had Sigourney Weaver on and
Yep.
and
She's
everybody
still-
coming back.
Yeah, Michael Biehn, Sigourney Weaver. They were going to have a grown-up Newt. I don't know if they were going to get. No, they weren't going to get the same actress. It was going to be someone else.
Because I
But-
don't think that actress is acting anymore.
No.
Most child stars either do something or don't.
And she. But what happened was it was supposed to be Neil Blomkamp was supposed to do it, and then what happened was. Oh my God! Ridley Scott started doing his prequel Alien movies.
That everyone loves.
And he refused to. He basically put like an embargo on the movie because he's like, I don't want there to be anything to conflict with my alien lore until I'm
Yeah,
done.
But
And I was like,
You've been done, dude.
yeah, I was like, but you didn't even do 2 and 3. What do you care? You did 1.
what
That-
was the Prometheus sequel called?
Alien Covenant?
Yeah, it wasn't really that good.
No, it was really, really terrible and boring and just long.
I didn't mind it.
You
but
know what? Landon was really mad
didn't hate it.
that it made the Batman Alien crossover not canon anymore.
How is it? Next topic. I'm gonna stop asking why.
'Cause
All
it-
right.
We need a show mediator.
Well, anyway,
Mhm.
so we've got next up we got all the news, guys. The news for the week for some some interesting things going on. One of the big things first up is all the talk of the new Disney Plus Marvel exclusive shows.
Oh my God!
One of the big ones that's coming up is the Falcon Winter Soldier team up show.
Yes, that's happening.
I like how you have all these one word
Yeah.
yup, that's a thing.
That's a
going
thing.
on.
I mean, they're two characters that I enjoy. I enjoyed their rapport in the second Captain America movie.
Yeah,
they
I
were
thought.
fun to watch on screen together.
You
I
mean,
want
you,
them-
You mean 3? They didn't have a rapport in 2. 2 was when he was still
He was
brainwashed.
trying to kill them.
Right, it was in 3. You're correct.
Yes. I like the whole, like, when they're fighting Spider-Man, and they just keep telling each other how much they hate each other.
Yeah, and then when Captain America's meeting up with his girlfriend, and they're in the car together, and they have to, like, wait for him, that scene's funny, too.
Yeah.
It's just, they're pretty funny together.
They're fun together. I also have a feeling that it's going to be, considering it's not coming out until after Avengers 4, I think it's going to be the bridge between Avengers 4 and the next Captain America movie.
Probably. Question, who do you think's going to be Cap?
Bucky. 100% Bucky. It's got to be.
Hashtag Falcon. Just to piss Will Smith off.
Why would you piss... What?
Will Smith wanted to play Captain America in the first Captain America movie.
Oh, that sucks.
It would have.
Yeah. But...
You know about all that stuff about Michael B. Jordan playing Superman, right? Like, that's a huge rumor going on.
I'm so okay with that. That man could play the phone book and I'd go see it.
Yeah, I'd be fine with it. It's not really, like, affecting the character at all.
I'm gonna go all like Marge's sisters from Simpsons. Michael B. Jordan. I couldn't think of their names.
Another Disney Plus exclusive show that's recently been 100% confirmed with the actor coming back is the Loki series.
Oh my god!
With Tom Hiddleston.
I just heard every woman my age cream themselves all at once.
I did too.
That's
That was like a thing when I was in like high school. Like all the nerd girls I knew were like, "Oh my god, Tom Hiddleston." One of my friends actually created a roleplay Twitter to be Loki, and her roleplay character was married to another person playing Loki on Twitter. This was a thing. I learned about role-playing Twitter. I thought it was the weirdest thing in the world, but it was a thing when I was in high school, and I thought it was just really funny.
I'm going to go drink some Clorox until I stop.
I don't know what she's up to these days. I never caught up with her after high school. Maybe.
If you're listening, random stranger, I'm judging you.
I don't know.
I'm not going to put the name out. That's pretty embarrassing.
I actually had a friend once who he went on a date, and the girl started telling him about how she wrote herself into Sonic fan fiction.
Of course.
That's some weird stuff right there.
Please tell me Sonic ran over her. Please tell me Sonic ran over her.
Like a truck. Berserker.
I always tease them. I was like, so did she buy you like a pair of red shoes? And...
I hate everything.
Anyway,
so yeah, no, the Disney Plus streaming service stuff sounds like it's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah.
There's also some rumors about a Scarlet Witch show also coming out.
Super, I'm all about that. Take my money.
So
especially, just take my money.
I want to point out, because we've actually made fun of this a lot on the podcast before.
Which one?
You remember when we used to talk about how Storm's accent just super just disappeared all of a sudden?
Yup.
I have a reason for what you're gonna say, but keep going.
Oh, I'm sure, because we've talked about this. I have the same reasoning. But the fact is that if you go from Avengers 2 over the course of 3 movies of three non-significant roles, her accent's just gone. There is no accent.
She doesn't have an accent in the last one.
But the big thing is that a lot of the fan theory is that because she's hanging out with Black Widow all the time, Black Widow trained her in different linguistics.
Yeah, and teaching her how to blend.
So,
which would be
she still walks around with the giant red trench coat.
Can we also talk? No. We have to talk about that corset for one moment, because first of all, I've laced up some corsets in my day, and I have seen
poorly.
And I have seen corsets, and I do not like. I honestly did not know she was wearing a corset. Like, I really just thought
is that a positive thing for you?
Well, she sat there and she was complaining about it, and I'm like.
I saw it like immediately.
I totally did not. I was like, "Where are you wearing a corset?"
Okay, first off, she's a big budget Hollywood actor. They all complain about something. Okay. They all do. So I don't take anything they say seriously.
I just wanted to know. I was like, well, first of all, your costume's not like. I'm sorry, your costume's pretty conservative for what Scarlet Witch has worn in the past.
You're getting paid millions of dollars to do something that kids do in high school for free. So.
On a much higher scale.
At this point.
I wish someone paid me millions of dollars for that.
To do what you did in high school? I don't think that's PG enough.
What year are we talking?
Depending on the year.
Depending on the year.
And I'm not gonna lie, it would cost a lot more than $1 million for me to repeat some of those mistakes. So
Senior year was pretty lit, as the kids say.
Anyway.
actually no, it was not. It was
Junior?
junior.
There you go.
So hey,
Junior was a rough one.
listen, what do you guys think about the Disney Plus stuff? You excited about it? What it mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what they'll do with it. I don't.
I'm more concerned about affordability.
Yeah, that I'm concerned about that, and my other concern is I'm not a huge fan of, like, originally when all of this stuff about the Arrowverse being combined with the DC TV universe, I was all for it, and I was like, yeah, do that. But with more and more thought coming to mind, I kind of like it when it's separate universes with the show and the TV. Like, it makes sense for them to do it here, but, like, I feel like the TV shows are limited in that regard.
I also
like, you can't do anything major on the TV shows, otherwise you have to mention it in the movie, and they'll never do that. They'll only do it, the movie affects the show. They'll never do it the other way around.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, especially if they're paying these big budget stars to be in these
You already have the star
and they're only
power
limited
now.
series. They're not ongoing seasons.
not like
they're
this
like
is
Yeah,
gonna
but they're like
continue.
tie-ins in a comic book. They'll
Yeah.
offhandedly mention it, and they'll be like, watch this TV show to find out what he's talking about, and then we're on with the movie.
Yeah, but I also feel like you can do a lot of setup and get a lot of things out of the way with them, and then that way the movie doesn't have to do it.
But
I think we'll just have to see, because I'm interested to see what you could possibly do with a Loki show.
follow everything.
Well, just have. I mean, at this point, that way you don't have. You can just do fun Loki stupid crap.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. He's dead. What?
Apparently, not, well, they could also do it in the past if he really is dead.
Or
Yeah, but that's dumb, because it's a prequel. Like, I know he's gonna die later.
Or you could have Kid Loki and then do the what was that? Who wrote that book? The Marvel Now Loki book.
Oh, Al Ewing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
do
probably gonna
do that kind of storyline.
They're gonna rewrite the universe, and everybody's gonna come back. So
Someone's gonna snap their fingers, and the X-Men and Fantastic Four are gonna be there.
I actually, as far as the Fantastic Four thing goes, I actually personally think that they should do it as a TV show, not a movie.
For what?
Fantastic Four.
I'm okay with that.
I feel it would give you more time to actually grow them as a family than just trying to do a 2.5-hour movie.
But yeah, no.
But-
I just want to see what Disney is going to be charging for this nonsense.
Apparently, what a lot of people are saying is they think it's going to be cheaper than Netflix. So
$3.99 a month. I'm down.
I'd be fine with $6.99 or $7.99.
That's what I pay for Netflix right now.
Netflix is actually I think it's going up to $12.99 later this year.
I don't have Super Plus like you do.
I don't have Super Plus either. I've got basic Netflix
well,
streaming.
What is Super Plus?
He's like talking about the thing where it has all the multiple screens.
Yeah,
Or you can like watch it on like multiple TVs at the same time.
I know. I believe I pay $7.99.
No,
Is it?
it's at least 10.
I have to look.
It went up. They like sent everyone a covert email.
I never got that email.
You probably
I'm
did. It's
suing
just okay. You let me know how that goes out for you.
Thank you.
Who's messing with the thing?
Steve is.
I'm like, I can
I'm
hear
getting
it.
fidgety.
I know.
Okay. So anyway, so that's the Disney Plus Marvel streaming. Gonna be really cool. Hopefully the shows are gonna be great.
All we
next
can do
up-
now is hope.
Next up, some information about the new Heroes in Crisis book that DC's been doing, the event book. I guess because the whole premise is that there's a superhero rehab center for heroes to kind of deal with all the crap that they go through all the time, and there's just been mass slaughter at what they call Sanctuary. It turns out that there's a good chance DC's teasing that it's all the doing of a rogue AI system that they put in place.
The Vision?
No, well, actually, probably
Are they
no, it'd be
doing
Brother Eye.
Oh, I was gonna say OMAC.
Oh, that would
Well,
be...
OMAC, Brother. Well, here's the thing.
Oh,
That
that's
would
the
be a
same
good
thing.
way to bring Tim back.
In all the time, and like really, across the DC history, in all the time that these characters have been around and they've witnessed all these things, why would you put an AI in charge of monitoring the lives of anyone?
Well, in this new
scenario.
reality, they haven't done that yet.
No, they did. Detective.
Oh,
The OMAC system tried to kill the Bat Family
Yeah.
again.
didn't read. I don't read Detective, so I wouldn't know.
You missed a lot.
Then they're dumb. Then they're just really
Yeah,
dumb.
I mean, it's I just never understand the whole idea of this is let's just let a computer run the whole thing, and I'm like, but you learn time and time again that this is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually enjoying that story. Like, I get everyone's feelings with it,
Yeah.
but I have faith in Tom King, and I feel like he's not going to lead us astray.
Well, also the other thing you have to realize, and I mean, I feel like you're excusing it because you think it's Tom King's book. He got called in to write it because the writer who plotted it backed out.
I still enjoy it, actually, though.
I'm
not having the same problems with this book that you are.
I mean, I love Tom King, but this book is phoned in beyond belief.
I don't feel it is.
I'll have to read it to find out.
I think overall, the book as a whole, it makes me feel like we're leading up towards something. It's the best that Clayman's artwork has looked since joining DC. I can actually tell all the characters apart because that, as much as I love that 2-part issue for Date Night for Batman, oh my god, I hated it those 2 issues at first because like everyone looked the same.
I mean, again, I just I really do think that a lot of it's just, I mean, first off, it's 9 issues, and I'm 2 issues in, and I'm kind of like, and I feel like I've been reading 5.
No, I don't.
It's just,
I find it very enjoyable. Come in, pick it up, figure it out for yourself.
yeah,
Agree
check
with
it
me.
out.
Join the debate. Come in, talk to us.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think
So,
about anything, about movies, comics, TV
Also,
shows.
even though Will, I know your feelings on said character, we do have to talk about how Clayman and Tom King have brought Harley back to her original costume, at least for this story. Like, thank you. Like, even if the book's garbage, thank you. She doesn't like a tramp walking across the street.
not in the second issue,
Not in the second.
but you know, that aside, I still think the idea of it being an AI thing is ridiculous.
As it would.
Well, the other things that are like spiraling out of that book, I mean, it's Ivy possibly being the new Swamp Thing.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
I've heard something about that.
In Justice League Dark, he actually Swamp Thing references that the Green, he has already groomed the next person that's in charge of the Green.
Yeah.
Because he says he wants to retire.
Okay.
And in another book, I think it's Damages, he bluntly says Ivy is the next choice.
Oh.
So her being dead may not be happening. I also did air quotes.
Most
around
of those
dead.
characters being
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of it's silly. I mean, especially considering one of the main characters of the story is
Wally.
Booster Gold.
I'm also like super butthurt about Roy though. Like Ivy, I love me some Ivy,
Yeah.
but like the Roy Harper thing really just bothered me.
Again,
Like that was the one that hurt me.
honestly, the best thing so far that's come out of this Heroes in Crisis thing is the Red Hood follow-up issue. That issue was brilliant.
Yeah, the feels were real.
That was a great issue. That issue was actually probably better than the 2 issues of Hero in Crisis combined.
No, but
Oh, yes, it was.
all right.
I can't have any input
Will,
on that.
read the book. Figure it out for yourself.
I will.
Will you? When?
All right.
When
So
it's
anyway,
over,
there you go. Where the big tease of the villain is that it's a rogue AI. So we'll see how that goes.
Metallo. It's gonna be Metallo.
Metallo's not an AI.
Metallo. It's just fun to say.
I'm coming.
Anyway,
to
the
kill you.
next up we also have
Get ready.
Ooh.
I'm coming fast and I'm coming hard.
One more time, gonna
One.
celebrate. Yeah. Oh yeah.
we done.
No.
Nope.
So next up we have the Charles Soule, who's currently writing The Return of Wolverine, is going to be taking over the. He's going to be writing part of the new Marvel Comics Presents book, which is going to have a Wolverine story in it. It's going to be 12 parts. It's called Wolverine: The Vigil, and it's going to be each story is going to be detailing a different decade in Wolverine's life.
Is that taking over for the Wolverine book?
No, I think
Oh,
it's just
okay.
going to be like, just like some stuff that's going to lead up to, just to kind of give everyone a backstory on who Wolverine is through the years, kind of thing.
I'll go first because I feel like my response to that is going to be short. I don't care because I know who Wolverine is. I don't want to read a solo Wolverine book. I don't want to read a solo book of any of the X-Men, and that's... I mean, it sounds interesting to those who are really big Wolverine fans, but I'm not.
You had me in your corner, as B. Arthur would say. You had me in your corner right up until the end. I don't know if I overly need this book, only because Wolverine has. Everyone knows Wolverine.
Yeah, but it's also
Who
not just
doesn't?
It's also not anyone who just got into comics in the last year.
They've
Wolverine.
most likely at least seen the X-Men movies.
Okay, but they doesn't mean you know the history of Wolverine.
Except if you've watched the movie X-Men Origins
animated
Wolverine.
show,
The movie that they don't count as part of
because
canon
it was
anymore.
garbage.
But still,
But you did see Hugh Jackman's butt.
Actually, technically, half of that's canon because
How do you figure?
it doesn't rewrite the part where he's like from the 1800s. If you think about it, like all the way up to like through all the wars he fought, all the flashback sequences in the past are still technically they would be canon up to the 70s.
they ignore the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just a whole mess of a
It's
movie.
They're not going to go back and change it.
They don't acknowledge. Fox actually doesn't acknowledge it as part of the X-Men canon anymore.
It's fine. But technically,
Um,
like his origin story, up to that point, up to the point of where it changes, is still watch like the first 20 minutes of the movie. You've got it.
I'm just worried that Marvel didn't learn their lesson the first God knows how many decades with Logan. Especially towards the end when, like, Bendis and everyone was like, we need a book. Throw Wolverine in there. It'll sell.
There's no lesson to be learned because every time they did it, the book sold. New Avengers was one of the top-selling books of Marvel for how long? Alongside his Wolverine series, alongside Wolverine Origins, and then he was in how many X-Men books that all sold around all at the same time? There was no lesson to be had because he's a marketable character because of his history and the things that he's attached to. Whereas when you oversaturate Deadpool is a character who is nothing but a punchline.
My
The
thought
joke gets
process,
old.
Yes.
But my thought process still is he can't be everywhere. And Marvel wanted him everywhere.
Okay.
That's a lesson. I get what he's saying because it's a lesson for him personally. He doesn't prefer the fact that all the books had him.
So, like, what I mean is, like, if they're going to do this, I want you to go about it in the old man Logan mentality that one of the good things that we can talk about, he was in the Lemire book, and then he had his own book. That was it. I don't need Wolverine in space, but next week in another title separately, fighting Satan.
Okay, yeah, but again, the whole mentality is that as many Marvel books as they put out, other stories are happening at different points in time.
Yeah.
So when you're doing a 6-issue arc of a mission that only takes them 5 hours, I'm okay with him being in another book because it's happening in a very minute amount of time. So I don't care that Wolverine's in as many books as they can put him in as long as they're good. As long as they're good, I don't care. Because you can always, once the story arcs wrap up, you can figure out where everything fits. I mean, that's always been one of the beautiful things about Marvel. Actually, they work on actually making things fit.
And
Other
money.
things, however, but yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a fun story. It's only one of the stories in the Marvel Comics Presents book. There's 3 stories. One's a Captain America story. The other one is Wolverine, and then another one is Namor. And those are actually I don't know if the Namor one's gonna continue through all of them, but I know the Cap one and the Wolverine one are gonna continue for a little bit. But I don't think they're all gonna be 12 parts either. Just the Wolverine one is. But yeah, so hopefully that book's gonna be good. I'm excited for it. I'm also a huge Wolverine fan, so I can't wait. Next up though, on the news docket, Ewan McGregor has been cast as Black Mask in the new Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey movie.
That is the only thing about that movie that is remotely exciting.
Yeah.
Everything else
And
about
we didn't
that.
even we
Oh.
we haven't even talked about the Huntress and Black Canary.
I actually
casting, 'cause
don't mind
we've been-
Huntress.
I don't
do
mind the
not
Huntress
mind
thing
the
at all,
Huntress.
no, because I actually like Mary Elizabeth Winstead,
Yeah.
and it's also going to be fun to see her play against her husband to be as the villain. But
Is she getting married to Ewan McGregor?
yeah, well, I don't know if they're getting married, but they've been dating for quite some time.
So hopefully.
Yeah,
I
they
also
seem like a
really-
pretty happy couple.
I also really love Black Mask.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
also-
think he's a solid villain.
Yeah, and he's also like he's a very abusive villain.
Well, I think
So-
he's good. I think with however DC wants to do this, whether it be poorly or not, it is a good semi enough choice for this.
I also feel it depends on how they really like market this movie.
I
I mean how they portray the Black Mask
Yeah.
thing, because like yes, he's a very violent and abusive character, but I also feel like
he could be a cool sadist.
yeah, but I also feel
Like,
like especially
fun.
with what they have already done with some of the casting and the fact that they're putting Harley Quinn in it, it's like gonna be like a weird.
I really hope they don't take this as seriously as they think they are taking it.
I don't know.
I just want Catwoman to pop up. That's all I want.
Well, we're getting Cassandra, maybe, probably not Batgirl though.
Orphan.
Yeah, the Ewan McGregor casting as Black Mask, I think, could be a lot of
so-
fun.
yeah.
I mean, it's also going to be fun to see him kind of cut loose because you never really see him in roles where he gets to cut loose.
I want to see him as a psycho.
Footloose.
Kick off your Sunday shoes.
That was Kevin Bacon.
That was Kevin Bacon.
It was.
I love Kevin
But you said
Bacon.
cut loose, and I said
Yeah.
footloose.
Roadhouse.
I got to
Roadhouse.
turn this around.
Did they make? Hey, real quick. I know they did they? Which movie did they remake? Did they remake Footloose or
Footloose.
Flashdance?
Both.
They remade both.
Because they just won't let the
I
80s
remember
die.
when they I remember when they remade that. Footloose.
You know what I blame that all on? I blame that all
Gypsies.
on that stupid sequel to Dirty Dancing, which is Dirty Dancing Havana Nights.
Yes, that came out like almost 10 years prior to the other ones. And then also bombed in the box office.
And did these ones do better?
I think Flashdance actually did.
Who's the girl?
I don't remember.
Well, then there you go. That's all you need to know.
I wasn't seeing it.
That's fine.
Also, I don't really know if they remade Flashdance. I think
And-
they're going to.
And by the way, Havana Nights was basically a remake. They just
It was
used-
garbage.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Friggin' what's his face? Patrick Swayze pops in for like 2 minutes and calls it a day.
Did he actually show up in it?
He has a cameo in it. Yes, he
That's
does.
sad.
I believe he does.
Jennifer.
Jennifer Grey, however, was like, "Yeah, I hate you."
Anyway, so I mean, yeah, Ewan McGregor is Black Mask. It should be fun. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, let's see what he can do. He played my favorite character in Star Wars. I have the utmost faith in him. I loved him in Pooh or Winnie Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin.
There we go.
Oh, I really want to see that.
Oh, it was so good.
Was
Yes, it was.
Did you cry? Like, does it make you misty eyed?
Yeah,
Of course it does.
it's a misty.
I was informed that the Winnie the Pooh characters looked creepy.
They don't. They look adorable.
That's
and
a-
I
anyone
thought
who
they looked
says that is
cute.
wrong and dumb.
Okay, so I actually don't see any sort of Flashdance sequel. People,
Yeah.
I see no Flashdance. I think we made that up. That was
Okay.
hardcore fake news.
They really did remake Footloose though.
They really did because it has Jennifer Hudgens in it. No, Jennifer Hudgens. Vanessa, the one that looks like a foot. A foot with blonde hair that.
Well,
Ryan...
let's just hope Ewan McGregor doesn't look like a foot when he plays Black
Oh
Mask.
God, Ian McGregor's just so pretty. I love him.
You remember when he did that Jack the Giant Slayer movie?
I forgot he did that. That god awful
That was
Brian
a-
He's
Singer
done
project.
some really weird
Wasn't
movies.
that was a Bryan Singer movie?
Yes, it was. It was a Brian Singer film.
Speaking of Bryan Singer films,
Red Sonja. No, is that not on the news?
I was going with Bohemian Rhapsody, but okay.
Oh, it was so good.
It was.
It was.
It's rife with historical inaccuracies.
Inaccuracies.
Oh yeah.
But if you pause
Like-
in all the right places and enunciate all the right words, it sounds like real history.
You could re-edit that movie.
It was good, though.
Because there were a lot of points where it wasn't exactly like, no, that did happen, just not at that point.
Do you know?
Like, it
No,
happened
no, no.
later.
You want to know why? I have the perfect excuse. Had he not have been kidnapped by Mayan pirates for that 7 days he wasn't on set, he could have fixed all this. This is all like.
Oh, you mean
crap.
Bryan Singer?
Yeah, where's Bryan Singer? Oh, he's gone. No, he was really captured by Mayan pirates.
No, he left because
No,
he had...
Stavros told me the whole story.
Yeah, okay, that's nice. It's nice that you want to.
All right, we're bringing it full circle. I
Yeah.
forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I try to do that at least
It's
once.
like a goddamn soap opera. Anyway,
It's
like flashing lights on a disco ball.
is this gonna
So
be like
are
one of
the
those things where we
gaze
just
of
keep
our
hearing about
lives.
Stavros for 3 seasons and then he's finally gonna show up?
Yeah. I'm actually going to pay someone named Stavros to
That's
pop in.
great. Stelio.
Get out.
Stelio Cantos. Stelio.
And Louise.
And Louise.
What is happening to this show? Control your damn podcast, Devon.
Anyway, so the next up on the news here we have some big changes to the Aquaman backstory
Oh my god.
for the Drowned series going on in Justice League right
This
now.
lovely new series.
Drowned is a crossover between Justice League and Aquaman. It's
It's a crossover with a character who's already on the team anyway.
well, that's why they're doing it. It's like the Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman thing.
I
Yep.
actually really love that book, though. So there's that.
Well, if they can find someone who can draw, it'd be better. So right now in Aquaman, the big thing that they're changing is is where his abilities come from. As Aquaman, I guess his lineage, he gets the power to
Of Grayskull?
control and communicate with aquatic life from the life force.
Yes, please.
For anyone who thinks I'm making puns here, I'm not. Much like the speed force and the strength force
What's the
and
still
Sage
force?
force.
and the still
What
force.
the hell is this thing? Oh my god, you are going to have to wrap this one
So
up.
so Aquaman, he has something which they use called the life force.
I quit.
I mean, I feel like it sounds to me like something they just gave up halfway through naming.
Will,
but they,
you care about Justice League, and you've been reading Scott Snyder's amazing run.
I know. I love it.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten I'm surprised he hasn't done a Hawkgirl centric issue yet.
Where it's what the
Don't
Feather
put
Force?
it past him.
The
No, but
Feather
I mean, like,
Force.
I
The
feel like
Feather Force. I like that.
I feel like given the fact that all the characters on the team right now most of them have their own books.
What the hell's Wonder Woman's force?
The God Force.
Is it really?
No, I'm just
I was
saying.
like, how lazy.
Can we also bring up the dumb villain name?
What's the jump?
Flood.
That's right. The character that the Justice League have to fight, his name's called Flood. Not
Stop
the
talking to
Flood.
me.
The character's name is Flood.
Stop it. I quit.
But no, like seriously, the all the different forces that they're coming up with, I was
This
kind of
is
like
stupid. Like, how does this man keep getting work?
No, but I'm being serious though. They you figure that all these characters in the book so far have their own books, and you get like a lot of their information. So why isn't he like focusing like some stories on like a character that doesn't have their own book, like Hawkgirl or Hawkwoman,
Shayera?
whatever they're calling her now?
No,
Wait, they're calling her
It's still
Hawk
Hawkgirl?
Woman?
No,
I
as far as I know, it's still Hawkgirl.
I feel like it should be Hawkwoman though, but I mean,
Can't we just call her, like, Eagle or something? Like, make up a new name.
Is it Shayera though? I thought it was.
No, it's Kendra.
It's Kendra. Okay, that's what I thought.
Gross. Gross.
But
Brody.
no, my thing is like you should do more stories with her since she doesn't have a book, and like get people kind of like, hey, this is like a cool
Important.
character or a fun character. Like same thing with Martian Manhunter. I mean, Martian Manhunter is getting his own book, but also by
Wasn't
Steve
it
Orlando.
limited?
Yeah,
Yes, it's
too many.
12 issues. It's by Steve Orlando,
Mhm.
and I forgot
Sorry,
who's
Will.
drawing it.
It's okay. I'll live.
He doesn't
But
know-
I don't
doesn't
know
like
about
Steve
I don't know about
Orlando.
the and apparently the big one of the big things they're doing at the end of all this is when the new writer takes over Aquaman, he's going to
Kelly
be
or
Kelly Sue DeConnick's taking
Kelly
it over.
Sue DeConnick.
And I'm actually really surprised because the story sounds like
Interesting. Or not.
it sounds like a generic story that we just always like just jump to when we want to try and like tell like non-superhero stories with superheroes.
Yeah, but
because he's not gonna have any memories.
Yeah, but she's pretty decently talented.
What's with DC's thing and giving everyone amnesia?
I don't know, dude.
Oh my god, that's right. Poor hot Dick Grayson.
Rick Grayson.
Oh, that's right. I stopped.
Rick Grayson.
It's Rick Grayson. Actually,
You want to know what one of their
now?
biggest reasons for calling him Rick was?
Because
Okay.
they didn't want to
They
call
actually
him Dick.
said this in an interview. No one in the DC office, and no one anyone in the DC office knows, has the name Dick anymore.
That's not my problem.
I was like, okay, so they're like, no, it's not a name anyone uses
I'm
anymore.
going
So
to
we're
have
not
an
going to call him
army
Dick
of
anymore.
children and all call them Dick.
Huh?
I said I'm going to have an army of children and all call them Dick. Tonight I am going to go get everyone pregnant. That way I can just show up with all my baby mamas and be like, every one of these women is pregnant
with Dick.
with Dick.
Anyway, so that's what's going on Justice League right now, and the follow-up series with Aquaman when the new writer takes over, he's gonna have amnesia. He's not gonna know who he is. I don't even know he's gonna be part of Justice League anymore.
Oh, I hope
Who
not.
knows?
Because he's not even gonna be. He's gonna
No.
be in some random city like stranded.
You know what's going to happen? He is going to still have his memories in Justice League. But
not in his own
Kelly
book?
Sue DeConnick's book.
Not in Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Different
They-
timeline.
Different timeline.
Different time period. Different.
Different
Different
multiverse.
I could see that happening.
Um,
Yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what's going on in Aquaman, Justice League. The Drowned is
The
what the series is called.
Drowned.
Fighting
They're
the
fighting
flood.
No, not
No,
the flood.
Not the flood.
Just flood.
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 What a boring villain name.
You could have called him like Tsunami. Like that would have been cool.
Where the hell's Tempest at these days?
Not in Titans.
I think he's dead again.
Oh yeah, didn't he die in Heroes of Crisis?
I don't know.
Heroes
Oh,
of
he
Crisis.
might have.
No, Heroes in Crisis.
He might have.
He might have.
He might have.
He might have died. It.
We're losing now English capabilities.
Sounds about right.
How many topics do we have left?
20.
4?
4.
Yeah, not too bad. So
Told you
then
20.
they're all pretty quick. Coming up.
Wait. Okay, now go.
Did you fart?
Yeah. But now I
Why?
can cut it out now.
Oh, so that's going to be the one thing you cut out.
Yeah.
You're a terrible human being.
Thank God you kept your ladylike, manners about you.
Excuse me.
I'd start to think you were a common streetwalker. I don't really know where I'm going with
Do
this.
I look the part?
A little bit. Are you, Mr. Hennessy, I do believe you're trying to seduce me.
Maybe.
No, not like that.
No.
Fuck didn't-
What's our next topic? Oh, I caught it from falling.
Anyway, so next up, another book Marvel's gonna be putting out. It's in the vein of the Old Man Logan saga.
Thank God.
We're gonna be having the Old Man Quill book, which is gonna be Old Man Star-Lord essentially. We're gonna start seeing where the Marvel universe in this future, where their cosmic characters have wound up and why and what's going on with all that.
So what you're telling me is Peter Quill survives this. What's
That would be
Infinity
the logical
thing?
explanation.
What do you mean?
What's the Infinity storyline?
No, this is taking place in the Old Man Logan timeline.
Oh, okay.
So yes, Peter Quill would have survived the Old Man Logan timeline because he would
No,
have been in
I
space.
meant. Never mind.
No, I mean it's being written by the same guy who's doing Old Man Hawkeye right now, and a lot of people have been saying that book is fantastic.
Well, that book is beautiful because what's his face's artwork.
It's actually the same people. It's the writer and the artist who's doing Old Man Quill.
Oh.
So I imagine it could be pretty cool, but I mean, I also feel like I don't know if we really need this book.
Let's just have a whole old man. Let's just have a geriatric centric Marvel universe.
Old man Spider Woman.
Old
Here we
man
go.
Spider Woman. Arthritis, Octavius. What else can we go with?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
Geriatric Goblin.
No.
I don't know. I'm just like trying to spitball here.
Uh,
For
Dementia
Venom.
Dan.
Dementia. No, you have to play it off of a
I
character.
know, but I
Geriatric
couldn't.
Juggernaut.
Oh, Geriatric Juggernaut. That'd be fun. I like that.
Stop. You don't have a mic.
let's see. I don't know, man. What else? Can we come up with something for Matt Murdock here? For Man Without Fear? The Daredevil?
The man with dementia.
No. The Man Without Sight and Hearing.
The Man Without Cataracts.
Oh.
Even if he did, it wouldn't matter.
That's fun.
That's his costume. He just has fake cataracts now, so people think he's really blind.
Oh my god.
Regardless.
So yeah,
Old Lady Heart,
Old Man
Hawkeye.
Quill. Old Man Quill's coming. It sounds like a
It's not
a writing
necessary.
utensil.
What
Yeah.
they're doing now
Why
is
did they just call
essentially
Old Man Star-Lord? It sounds cooler.
what they're doing now is essentially just grabbing every possible character that could still be alive in this universe and just making a story about what happened from their perspective.
I really wanted Magneto to still be alive, because at this point he'd be like, what, dirt?
I think he is alive.
In that universe, he is not.
There's no
He's
way he
gotta
could be.
be.
He would
That's
be
not
too
humanly
old.
possible.
Why
He
not?
would literally be older than Newport.
The guy who de-aged himself with celestial blood. That guy?
I didn't know Magneto did that.
Yeah, that's how he got his powers back after M-Day.
Oh, that's right. Charles was the one that was thrown into the Shi'ar crystal.
Yes.
That's okay. I had
Magneto got his powers back from the
Yeah.
High Evolutionary
Yes.
who ran celestial blood through him and also de-aged him.
Yes.
So Magneto finds all kinds of ridiculous ways to de-age himself all
Goddamn.
the time. So yes,
He's like the Raj Al Ghul of the team.
he
of
really,
Marvel.
yeah, he kind of is.
Kind of.
Except he's not manipulating his daughter's body.
Oh, there's that too. Batman Beyond reference, everybody.
Yeah, Batman Beyond reference.
Spoiler.
That was an that was a brilliant episode, but by the end of that, you were like, oh.
Oh yeah, because Ra's al Ghul
Did
living
nothing but make out with
Bruce. Yeah, that
that
was
whole
kinda-
episode.
That was some weird
That
stuff.
was some. You know that's exactly why Raish was like, yeah. You know that's why Raish was like, you will marry the detective. He really had a thing for Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will, father his children vicariously through you. I said vicariously.
I don't care. It's still uncomfortable. All of it.
Okay, so next up we have some big TV news, comic TV news. Grant Morrison recently signed a TV exclusive deal to be doing a bunch of new original creative shows, and also they're going to be launching his Invisibles as a television show.
For
I don't remember what the network was. I don't know if it's actually on a network. It's just whatever the
God, I
production
hope
company
it's not
is.
CW.
Wow.
You really think that Grant Morrison would allow his art to be degraded by what the CW has become?
One would
I don't
hope
know.
not.
Yeah.
Everyone has a price.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Grant's that guy. He's a guy who became popular around the same time Frank Miller did, and he hasn't gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs yet.
This is the one time I'm gonna use my one word answers is not a joke, but wow. That's all I can say. I'm unfamiliar with the Invisibles and anything he's bringing currently to the table. So
He did that show Happy.
wow.
Grant Morrison's also
Okay.
writing Green Lantern right now.
Yeah.
I do know that, and I am looking forward to that. But
he-
in regards to his television
you-
shows, wow.
You know of Grant Morrison though, right?
Yes, I'm well aware.
Okay,
of
I
who
didn't
Grant
wanna, like-
Morrison is.
Lose my mind.
He is the creator of Bat God.
Yes, but so much more.
Yes, but mostly that.
I feel like at this point,
You've averted into therapist voice.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
at this point, Grant, like, I also love the fact that, like, Brian Michael Bendis and Scott Snyder have, like, created this tapestry of things that they're trying to establish in the DC universe right now with, like, the secret cabal of people running everything. And Grant's writing Green Lantern, which is part of this whole thing. And he's going to be like, yeah, no, I'm writing my story. Have a good day,
I
guys.
don't
What I
care.
want.
He doesn't.
I'ma do what I want.
He didn't care when he was writing Batman. He's not going to care now.
Nope.
God helped him if they had let him write
Literally.
an in-canon Wonder Woman.
Ah, that would. God, I would put me down for 20.
Copies of each issue.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I mean that's
Each bi-weekly.
so yeah, I mean that's a lot of the big stuff. You know, Grant Morrison. I mean, the guy has a bunch of stuff, and I mean to see a lot of his other like whatever he hasn't written coming out as television shows, that could be really interesting. Because there's a lot of things he's like pitched before that have sounded really cool that I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with it and what they let him get away with.
HBO. Knock knock.
Yeah.
Knock
Showtime.
knock, open up the door. It's real.
Get a max.
Yeah. So actually, in our last bit of news here,
Oh.
the big final thing.
Final
It's actually kind of like this for anyone who loves DC. This is really probably going to just be us ragging on what DC's doing with
I
certain
quit.
things. They've announced that a lot of their classic titles
Oh.
are being relisted and rebranded as Black Label titles.
Question.
Yeah.
Blacks.
The thingy includes Frank Miller's Batman,
Yep. Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns,
Grant
the-
Morrison's All Star Superman.
Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman.
There's like a list of 20 titles.
Yes.
But
however,
the
I'm-
one I want to talk about the most, the one that actually stands out at me, and this is only because of the huge controversy that came from Black Label when they released Batman the Damned.
Batman the Dick.
Batwag.
Yes, we all know the stories. We all heard about Batman's slip of
Slip of the pip.
yes.
Oh, just the tip.
Ah.
So yeah, we all know about this, and given the fact that Black Label was always hyped up as a mature audience line, DC walked back on it and said that is not what they want in their books. They don't want that. This is not what that title was meant for. And okay, that's fine. I mean, but still, why are we freaking out about it?
Well,
You were doing a mature audience, not for children book. So I don't see what the problem with this was.
And now we all know what it looks like.
question.
Yeah,
So when they redo Watchmen,
that's actually what I'm going up to. Is
Okay.
my question being the fact that Watchmen, which was a book where 90% of the book we see a stark nude Dr. Manhattan.
That's true.
Are we getting a fully censored Dr. Manhattan?
I
now?
hope not. Let it all.
Is that
hang
is that
out.
what is that the mandate? Are we? You know,
What's that mechanic? What's that comedian that you, Kyle, and Mel are obsessed with?
The Russian
The
one.
the machine.
The
Bert
Machine.
Kreischer. He's not Russian.
No, but I was saying the machine.
Oh yeah, we watched
all
the
I can
special.
all I can think of is sometimes you just have to let that shit breathe, and that's what Doctor Manhattan has to do.
So I mean that's the thing. It's like, so are we changing anything about these books, or are we just putting Black Label on them to promote this
Well, I think-
imprint?
They're not going to do anything to Watchmen. I don't think it's going to set any precedence for that.
No,
'cause
but
that's
I
specific.
but still, like, I mean,
But this is Batman. Like, of course they're going to go back on it.
but it still doesn't make any sense.
I'm
It's not.
DC makes safe plays. They do not.
Yeah.
They are not risk
Edgy.
takers in the slightest.
Um,
They'd rather make a Joker and Harley movie than they would a Green Lantern movie. They are not.
My
Risk takers.
follow-up to
No.
all of this, though, is number one, why? Like, I think it's silly.
I think well, which part? The relisting all the books or the Batwang thing?
Both?
To that, real quick, my response is whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like
Like, what's the point?
Well, it's stupid.
Yeah, well, that's the
because
thing. Because you already have Watchmen's already part of Vertigo.
Yeah.
And you've already made this huge push about relaunching Vertigo, so why wouldn't you want to keep that imprint?
This
like...
is what I'm confused about, though, because it's not just Watchmen, though. Black Orchid, a Neil Gaiman Vertigo book,
Yeah.
That's one of the notable ones that I can think
You know
of.
what I think? You know what I think?
Some Swamp Thing as well, I believe.
Alan Moore's. Yeah, and I think you know what the you know what I think it is.
Are they
It's
just gonna get rid of
anything.
Vertigo?
No, I think it's anything that they want to establish as DC continuity. Because
Jesus
Black
Christ.
Orchid's in continuity
Yes,
because
she
she was part of Justice League Dark for a while. Swamp Thing is
Thing.
definitely in continuity. I'm wondering if they're gonna put Hellblazer under Black
that
Label.
was actually my first question to you. And if so, doesn't Constantine get raped by a dog?
Yes. Yes,
so,
he does. And
um,
Swamp Thing also gets raped by a satellite. I mean, there's a lot of
yes,
really bizarre things that happen in
forget
Vertigo.
that? I frequently joke about that.
They've literally had like a lot of bizarre things happen in Vertigo. But my other thing too is, but look at Doomsday Clock. So now we have to establish Watchmen's part of DC canon, but we have to make sure the young readers don't read it. But if you're censoring Batman in a mature audience setting, okay, first off, they did Brian Azzarello's and Lee Bermejo's The Joker book. That wasn't even Black Label. They didn't even list that as mature readers. He skins a man alive from the neck down and has him parade on stage.
My question.
So
I have a follow-up question to that sentence.
yeah.
Do you see the man's skinned cock? That it doesn't matter. We have to protect the youth from nude.
I'm being serious though. Look, we're willing to sit there and go, yeah, it's okay to show gore porn in a Joker book that we're not even listing necessarily as mature readers only. But a book that we actually list as mature readers only, we can't show nudity.
It's absurd.
And
the small fortune that Azzarello made off of that book in Baltimore alone, God bless him.
Yeah,
he saw that gravy train and he was like, "Yep, I'm gonna keep milking it."
So
$25 a signature
I
for
think
that book.
I think the Black Label line is just first off it's silly.
I think for what they when we read about it, what they originally wanted to do. Yeah, I was all for. You wanted to do an adult series of books with these characters. Sure. Yeah, sign me up. I'm there. I got it.
Yeah.
But when everyone lost their mind over some heavily shaded penis, I don't get it. And it's art. Calm down.
Yeah. I mean, it's, and the worst part about it is all the people who, it was just the weirdest thing in the world. Like, people coming in and looking at me like, it was just awkward because they like, hey, you like, and it's not like, hey, do you have Batman Damned? People were coming into the store saying, hey, do you have the Bat Penis book?
Yes.
First of all, I mean, why is that what draws you to the book?
That's why
it's valuable.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, the book's mediated at this point.
Because it made news. It made headlines.
I just think it's
Batman's dick.
I just think it's weird, and I don't understand why everyone lost their mind.
Because that's the first time we've ever seen it in an officially DC published manner.
It's just stupid, though.
I feel like there's been
It's a
other...
pain. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah, but have you seen Batman's?
Yes, multiple times.
Batman's real one? That doesn't count.
I want to point out that this is a comic book, so his real penis is
It just
non-existent.
jumps right off the page.
That's true.
God, could you imagine if they made it 3D?
Stop.
Let's
It
cut
moves
it here.
with you.
It's time to go. Or meme review.
Name review.
Meme.
Oh, meme review. What the heck is meme review?
Oh my god.
We are old.
I know. We're never gonna make it.
Wait, you mean in general?
I'll be our one tie to the younger audience because everybody will be able to get it.
Honey, if you actually thought that we were gonna make it?
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
a man can dream.
Wow. God, you're both the worst. Anyway, listen, everybody, thanks for coming out to the October Country Comics podcast.
As always,
we are grateful for you listeners out there, for people who like view us and put up with our nonsense and our bickering and our one-word answers and our soap opera references. And hey, we're back. We're
back.
We are back. We're going to be doing this weekly again for as long as we can.
Yeah.
Probably, forever. Unless Steve gets a contract doing podcasts somewhere else, then we'll see what happens.
Or I get stolen again by Mykonos.
What?
The pirates.
Oh, the
I
pirate.
thought his name was like Cervantos or something.
Stavros.
Stavros.
But I
There
was
we go.
stolen by Nikos.
Yeah?
Keep up.
Okay, all right.
Who
Well,
hasn't
anybody
been stolen by Somali
anyway,
pirates before?
You know what? Why don't you just tell everyone about your really boring banker life and just be done with it?
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Good night.